Hi, I'm Sean Keef. I run sales enablement for Skybox Security, and here's a demonstration video covering the lifecycle management feature of Change Manager. This slide is a good place to start the conversation about lifecycle management or recertification. It works best if you've already done a Change Manager presentation using the new Access Ticket demo. If the customer has that firmly in their head, you can show them how all of that fits into the creation workflow portion of this slide. Then you want to make the point that we can apply the same kind of automation and ROI principles to the next two phases of lifecycle management, just like we did to creation workflow. The demo you're going to give here is on the recertification workflow. That's the main story behind lifecycle management. In this workflow, we apply metadata, owner, email address, and recertification date, to individual rules. Then we have policies drive when recertification tickets are created for those rules and sent to the rule owners. Without lifecycle management, recertification and rule usage investigation are both projects. With lifecycle management, the ongoing management of ACL rules becomes automated and is handled on a business-as-usual basis. The recertification demo starts in Firewall Assurance in the Rule Review screen of the main firewall. Metadata is added to each rule, either through this interface or via bulk import. It can be seen down below where the Business Attributes pane is opened. Metadata typically consists of information about the owner, their email address, review date, and then information about the rule itself, what applications or business functions it supports, what third parties are using it, that kind of thing. The fields are customizable, so the customer can track whatever they need to for each rule. Once the rules have metadata, we need to create policies to drive when the tickets are created. Policies can be seen and managed via the Tools, Administrative Tools, Policies recertification option. Here we'll see 3 default policies in the Rule Review Policy section and 1 default policy in the Ticket Policies section. Let's look through them one at a time. The default recertification policy supports the concept that rules that are used and have no policy violations will be recertified on an annual basis. Notice the parameters that can be changed in this policy. In our second policy, Violations, we see a policy that will kick off a recertification ticket after only 6 months instead of a year if the rule has any violations. This supports the concept that a rule with a violation should be reviewed more often. Lastly, we see our rule usage policy. This policy will create a recertification ticket automatically if a rule goes 90 days without being used. This automates the rule usage cleanup process and ensures that unused rules are quickly removed from the system. Auditors love this kind of proactive approach. Down at the bottom of the pane, we have our ticketing policies. The goal of these policies is to address the concern that an owner might get multiple recertification tickets per day or per week. These policies govern how often rule owners will get recertification tickets. In our default policy, a rule owner will get a ticket only once every 90 days. The policies we've seen create recertification tickets, which we'll look at in just a minute. Rules can also be manually recertified. If a network administrator suspects that a rule is no longer needed, he could kick off a manual recertification process by right-clicking on a rule and choosing Recertify Rule. Multiple rules can be chosen and recertified together using the Shift or Control-click mechanism. Either manually or via the automation policies, the end result is a recertification ticket that can be seen in Change Manager. In this example, 5 rules have been sent to Anna Finn for recertification. She can certify the rule, which would give it a new recertification date a year in the future, or reject the rule, which will flag it for deprovisioning. Recertification is a very powerful feature that is especially well received in large organizations with lots of firewalls that are struggling to meet auditors' proactive management requirements. Thank you for watching this video on the lifecycle management feature of Change Manager. Please visit our website for additional videos and resources.